To eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Connor James. We begin tonight with a story we and many of you throughout eastern Kentucky have been following. A month and a half ago, a devastating fire claimed the lives of 3 people. Allison Howard and her 3-year-old twins, Olivia and Alex, were killed when their home caught fire. The twins died in the house and Allison died from her burns just days later. The only survivor was father and husband, Chad Howard. 80% of his body was burned and he remains to this day in an intensive care unit in Georgia. Today I caught up with his brother who told me about Chad's long road to healing. There are some wounds that even time can't fix.
Too much pain and loss has happened here, and for his recovery and his mental health, he needs to go start over somewhere else for now.
Here, where these flowers grow, is a deep-seated pain.
Sometimes he just breaks down when he sees a picture or something.
It's at this spot where Chad Howard lost his wife, his twins.
He has nightmares and anxiety.
Shane Howard, Chad's brother, watched as Chad fought for his life in a burn unit.
So it's hard.
But Chad is now slowly but surely healing.
We're there every weekend, and you get to see from one weekend to the next weekend the improvements that the doctors have made with them.
Just this week, Chad drank and ate on his own.
And he said that was like heaven. We can see that there's an end that will be coming.
He's been awake for nearly 3 weeks now, but it's a long road ahead of him.
He's in ICU, and they say ICUs one day at a time.
His time in ICU could be half a year.
And then aftercare could take up to 2 years.
There will be countless surgeries, years of recovery. Chad will eventually move down near Shane. There's just too much hurt here.
So it's a lot for him to handle.
But Shane says he knows his brother, and although time won't mend all those wounds,
he actually asked if I would come pick him up next week and take him back to Florida.
He knows healing will come. Now, Chad has undergone numerous surgeries. His brother says the skin given to Chad is thankfully taking. His most recent surgery was nearly $2 million worth of skin on both his arms. The family says they have a GoFundMe set up. We have more information about this on our website, WYMT.com. One man is dead and a state trooper is recovering in the hospital tonight. You'll remember we first broke the news last night on Mountain News at 11. Today we learned troopers were serving a search warrant on a house up Whole School Road in the Bonnyman community of Perry County. That's when troopers ran into 2 men, one with a weapon. After ordering him to drop his weapon, troopers say he refused, and that's when shots rang out.
Any situation where there's an officer-involved shooting, the Kentucky State Police Critical Incident Response Team is called in, and they do a very detailed investigation. So once they have the opportunity to interview all officers involved, any potential witnesses in and around the scene where this took place, then those names will be released. So
the trooper involved in the shooting is expected to recover.
Today was just an absolutely perfect day, and we even saw a perfect sunset to end that day. You'll notice as we take a look, this is one of the pictures sent in from Tammy. This was taken in Letcher County. I have many photos. I shared a lot of those on my Facebook page and of course on my Twitter as well. As you look at satellite and radar, you'll notice those clouds have been increasing throughout the overnight hours. That'll continue as we head really into the rest of your Wednesday as well, due to another system making its way into the mountains. Good news is we're dry. We'll remain dry for the evening. Temperatures upper 50s to lower 60s. It's actually a little bit chilly out there. Definitely going to need that light jacket late tonight, early into tomorrow. Those dew points upper 40s to about those low 50s, so actually refreshing outside. We were seeing these temperatures yesterday, but the dew points were high, so it felt very hot and muggy when you stepped out the door last night. But as we head into your Wednesday, more showers and storms are expected as a cold front moves through. That cold front cools us off as we head into your Thursday. Good news is Friday's looking like another beautiful day here in the mountains. I'll have a look at that full forecast coming up in just a few short minutes. Connor.
Always good news. Thanks, Paige. Well, students and staff at Johnson County Middle School are sending well wishes to one of their teachers as she heads on the road to retirement. But Pam Burton isn't your ordinary teacher. WYMT's Lauren McCourt tells us why.
When you meet Pam Burton, you will never forget her.
I met Pam when I first came into 7th grade.
I was just blown away of how someone has that much passion for what she does.
Her dedication and love for teaching young minds inspires everyone around her.
She is probably the greatest educator to have come through this building.
But to Pam Burton, she's just doing what she loves.
I really like working with students.
Not only did she teach for 40 years, but she was a coach to the academic and future problem-solving teams.
I don't like competition.
Despite her dislike for competition, she led her students to multiple regional, state, and worldwide victories.
1997, quick recall at state. We wanted to win only one match at state, and we won quick recall that year.
But she never took any credit for those wins, always making sure the spotlight shined on her students.
They all three were on the stage for language arts, all three.
The kids change. They're only here for 2 years, and the one common factor was always Pam.
As she packs up her classroom, she can't help but to think of the thousands of children who touched her life.
I'm proud of all the kids I've taught, but I think that they have inspired me. They're patient with me, and I make mistakes and they forgive me.
And for her former colleagues and students, they can't help but think of the impact she left on them.
She's one of the greatest women I've ever met, truly.
That's a friendship that I will never take for granted.
Even if Pam Burton will no longer be teaching,
I love school. I love public education.
her love for the school will never change. In Johnson County, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
Pam says though she may be retired, she plans to continue being active in the Johnson County school system. Well, some say a rocky journey can pave the road to better days. Those with the Appalachian Center for the Arts have had a rough year already. Earlier this year, we told you they were nearly $1 million in debt. Now they're under new ownership and sport a new name. Things are looking up. Theater director Robin Irwin says they have an exciting summer planned.
Coming up, we have, the summer is crazy. Like, it starts with Hamilton, and we're off to the races.
They have multiple productions planned, like Alice in Wonderland and the $1 Million Quartet. If you would like to purchase tickets for the upcoming shows, you can stop by the Appalachian Center for the Arts box office from 11 to 4, Monday through Friday. Well, a group of high schoolers traveled from Nebraska to Kentucky. Well, why, you might ask? They're pairing with the Housing Development Alliance in Hazard to build and remodel homes for those in need. This particular group is building a new porch for an elderly woman with ramps and handrails to prevent her from falling. All the kids involved say they're doing this voluntarily.
This is a great group of kids. These kids are, they are very caring, and they're just, I can't say enough good things about them. Give them a job and they'll get it done.
Other teens with the same group spent today in Knott County building a house. They are all in town until Friday. And the city of Corbin now has a new location for their upcoming splash pad. Mayor Susie Ramses says the deed was transferred for the new property site to the city of Corbin this week. The deed is from the Paddle family, who own the Economy Inn. It's in honor of Ish's Paddle's late wife. Ramses says the Paddle family's generosity is greatly appreciated, and they look forward to the splash pad coming to fruition. Now, this is a week I can get behind. The 4th annual Burger Week is kicking off in Corbin. City officials say Burger Week was started to help bring tourists from I-75 into Corbin, as many people have started traveling to the city for what officials call a foodie destination. One of the participating restaurants is Travis's Cafe, and owner Travis McDonald says he has really seen a spike in new customers that the tourism board has hoped for.
It really brings in a lot of people. I've probably seen about 60% the last couple of days of new customers.
Burger Week will continue through Friday. Well, coming up at 11, former late night host and 9/11 first responders advocate Jon Stewart slams Congress over health care for 9/11 first responders.
And a cold front will swing through the mountains tomorrow and bring back those showers and storms. I'll have a look at that full forecast coming up.